Wait, can you put me in like a 3-2? So hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. I am Molly Kimball, registered dietitian with Axial Fitness Center, also founder of Eat Fit NOLA and resident nutrition writer here with NOLA.com. And I'm here today in our NOLA.com offices, and we have special guest Arianna Huffington joining us live from New York City. So Arianna, welcome and thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. Great to be with you, but I must say I'm not hearing you very well.
Okay, let's see.
But let's continue and see if it gets
better. All right, so we've been talking, our NOLA.com readers know we've been talking a lot about sleep this past month, and sleep is such an integral part of our health, of our wellness, and it's something that's as important, equally important as diet and exercise, but a lot of us forget to integrate it, myself included. So we had our 28-day NOLA.com sleep challenge. We're smack in the middle of it. This is our 4th week in, and if y'all been following along with the challenge, then you need no introduction to Arianna. Those of you who are just tuning in and catching this Facebook Live, Arianna is the author of The Sleep Revolution with fantastic tips, strategies, real-life approaches to help us get more sleep. So Arianna, thank you so much for your time and being so generous to help us answer our reader questions as well.
Thank you so much, and I love that you did this challenge.
Oh, it's been really fantastic, and I've learned a lot already. Sleep is one thing that I definitely needed to work on, and one of the things that you taught me, and we talked over the phone before the challenge, and you're emphatic about sleeping with technology in the other room. So not charging our phones there, and that's been life-changing. So I think even if someone says, okay, I'm not getting the 7 hours, there's a lot of other barriers to getting good sleep, that's something all of us can do.
Exactly. It's absolutely central. You know, both in the Sleep Revolution and in the new company I launched, Thrive Global, which is intended to help people reduce stress and burnout in their lives. This is the one key micro step that, as you said, anybody can take. And it dramatically changes the quality of our sleep. And we have a lot of science to prove it. You know, everything we're saying is based on the latest science. And because our phones, our iPads, our laptops really contain every problem, every challenge, everything we're dealing with, it is so important to separate ourselves from them and to pick a time. I try ideally to do it half an hour before I'm going to sleep, but even if it's 10 minutes before you're going to go to sleep, when you escort them out of your room and charge them separately so that you can get a really full restorative sleep.
I think, you know, it's been something that when I suggest it to people, their eyes get really huge. How could I not sleep with my phone right on my bedside? You can, and it really does make a big difference because all those times through the night, we don't realize how much we're picking it up and looking at it. So for me, that's been one of the biggest steps that I've made. We've had some viewer questions. We're taking them live through Facebook Live. But some of the questions that we've had along the way, this is an easy one, I know, is does it matter when they get their 7+ hours of sleep? Can it be broken up? Does it need to be all at once?
Well, ideally, sleeping before midnight makes a difference if we can arrange it with our schedule because it's the optimal time for truly recharging. And unless you have a genetic mutation, which means you can do great on 4 hours and about 1.5% of the population does, the rest of us need somewhere between 7 and 9 hours.
So all of those people who say, oh, I don't really need a whole lot of sleep, I can get by in 3 to 4 hours.
Well, there's a genetic mutation. They can get themselves tested. And if they wake up after 4 hours and they feel great, that's the test. I mean, if I wake up after 4 hours, I feel lousy. So we know how we feel.
And I think a lot of it is that we kind of fake ourselves into saying that we need less sleep than what we really do. And when you really strive to get the 7+ hours of sleep, the clarity that we have, the creativity we have, all of that is heightened, and we're really able to kind of experience and enjoy things way more. Another question that we had is tips for shift workers. So people who work days and nights, what are your recommendations for that?
So shift work is obviously very hard. People who work through the night. Ideally, it would be great if they can do it for a period of time and then switch again. And while they're on shift work, while they're basically working through the night, to make their bedroom really, really dark. And if they can't do that, make sure they have an eye mask because the light of the day interrupts a really deep sleep. And make sure the room is dark and cool, or as I say, have an eye mask, and make sure that they get the sleep they need during the day, because it's so easy to actually allow all the activities of the day to interrupt the amount of sleep we need to fully restore.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the dark room is really key. Your recommendation to have gotten an eye mask. And I've had some people tell me that they don't like sleeping with it. They feel like it squishes their eyes. But there's a lot now that kind of come out, and it makes a really big difference. And it's kind of that comforting, too, that kind of helps you just fall asleep, for me at least.
Yes, and experiment with different eye masks. I'm on times-picayune.com. We have a commerce site, and I picked my favorite after I experimented with a lot of them. It's silky, so it's very soft on the eyes, and I travel with it so that I can have an eye mask that's softer than the eye masks they give you on planes.
Which is great, because also if someone at home, like you say, having your room cold, having it dark, if you don't have blackout shades, or you're not in a place where you have that option, that sleep mask can be huge. Another question that we've got, this one is a little bit more personal question, but I did get this from a lot of different people. What about people that have to get up in the middle of the night a lot to use the restroom, which especially happens to a lot of people as they get older?
Yes, well, that's not a problem if you don't have your phone by your bed, because often what happens is people have their phone by their bed, and so after they wake up, they immediately go to their phones. And that's what interrupts the opportunity to fully recharge. And also, if you wake up, go to the bathroom, and then have a hard time falling back asleep, in the Sleep Revolution, I have a whole list of sleep meditations that you can play to help you relax and slow down your brain and be able to go back to sleep. And those of you who have Amazon's Echo, we have a skill on Alexa, and you can say, Alexa, play the Thrive Sleep Meditation.
Oh, that's cool.
Go back to sleep.
That's really cool. And for any of our readers, anybody watching this, I've written several different columns on the sleep revolution. We've talked a lot about Arianna's core principles for getting better sleep. So we're going to dive straight into reader questions, but we have a lot of her core principles of how to get better sleep. And we also have links to these resources that Arianna has for us as well. So we just had another question. Can you make up for lost sleep? So if you sleep really poorly one night, can you catch up the next night?
Well, absolutely. I think I'm a big believer in naps. If for whatever reason you haven't been able to get a good night's sleep, and often even with the best intentions that happens, try and get a nap as soon as you can. Even a 10-minute, 20-minute, ideally restorative nap helps.
And I think it's something that feels maybe indulgent or decadent to people, but it's really not a luxury. It's a necessity if we've really spent on that sleep. And this isn't a question that we had just now, but actually as I was walking up here, I was stopped at the coffee shop downstairs, and someone told me, hey, I've been doing the sleep revolution, and some of the changes she was saying she made that made a big difference, limiting her alcohol right before bedtime, of course, interferes with our sleep, but she also
dehydrates us.
And that's one of the biggest things that I think is a misconception. People think they have that alcohol before bed helps them sleep better, but you're saying research tells us not.
Yes, because then it wakes us up in the middle of the night and we are dehydrated and we have a hard time breathing.
So limiting our alcohol, and also even the over-the-counter sleeping pills. That was the other thing she said, that they had made a big change, she and her husband. And this was something I had not realized until I read your book, The Sleep Revolution, is that even the over-the-counter pills link to an increased risk in Alzheimer's. There's so many reasons we don't want to take these. So if we can kind of wean ourselves off. So I think we have 1 minute left. We've had a lot of questions, and I'll continue to answer questions. If we have people posting their questions on the Facebook Live feed here, we'll continue to see them, answer them, and then you can also email me. And Arianna, we thank you so much. Is there anything else you would say to our viewers?
I want to thank you so much for doing the 28-day challenge and for helping people live their lives with better health and more joy and productivity. Thank you so much, and thank you to everybody who is participating.
Thanks, Arianna.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Molly. Thank you.